All right, what is going on, guys? I'm so glad that you guys decided to show up. This will be the moment where you learn everything that I know about generating leads on LinkedIn. I built out a whole framework of a strategy that you guys can implement and replicate. Now, for you guys that don't know me already, my name is Usama. I'm the founder and success coach at Link AI. We are an AI LinkedIn automation platform, and we've analyzed 500 plus accounts that are using Link AI currently to generate leads on LinkedIn. And we've developed this framework manually, actually, by looking at what works and what doesn't work. So I hope you guys will find value in this. We're going to get straight into it. There's not going to be any interruptions or anything in the beginning. I'm going to give you the straight value and the strategy itself, how all of this works. And then I'm going to show you how you can automate that whole thing with AI if you don't want to spend time doing this. But this strategy will work 100% guaranteed for you guys. Now, there's only one condition. You need to be comfortable with positioning yourself as a authority figure on LinkedIn. That means getting on camera talking. That means getting on live events. Now, if you guys don't want to do that, you guys can just stay broke forever, right? But if you don't mind doing that and being uncomfortable is something that you can do, I promise you, if you implement this, you will generate a lot of leads. Whether you're working for a sales position, like you're an SDR or you're an account manager and you have a team of people that you manage and you want them to implement a certain framework, or if you're a business owner, whether you're a coach, a consultant, any way that you would generate leads, you can do this on LinkedIn. So let's get into it, guys. I hope you got your pen and your pad, or you're recording this. I believe you can download this video if you want to as well. I highly recommend it. We're going to send some replays to the emails that you guys signed up with. So here we go, guys. What I'm going to start off with is how to generate leads framework, right? So there's three pillars in this framework. You have position of authority, you have consistency, and you have trust, right? So you need all of these three things to make this whole thing work. And everything works everything works in harmony together. Okay? So let's start with the first one, right? So let's go ahead and dive into connections and connection invites. Now, if anyone ever tried to generate leads on LinkedIn, they know that usually the method is connecting with someone and they accept the connection, and then you kind of talk to them for a little, build rapport, and then you have to invite them to a meeting, right? So that's the traditional method, and it just doesn't work because there's reasons why it doesn't work, and we're going to get into it, right? So how many of you guys, and I want you to think to yourself, right? How many guys have tried connecting with a bunch of people on LinkedIn and not seen any good rates, right? So at Link AI, with our strategy, we see minimum 40% acceptance rate. That's on the low side. The high side, we've seen up to 60% of people that you send invites to actually accept that acceptance rate or that connection, right? So why does this work? Why are we seeing such high results? And I'll show you after going through this whole strategy. I'll show you the results myself, right, guys? So don't worry, the results and the proof is coming. But so why do we get these high acceptance rates? There's reasons behind that. And remember, guys, when you have a high acceptance rate, that means it already started off on a good foot. You've made a great first impression, and they have no problem with hearing you out and what you have to say. So there's three reasons why these connections are getting accepted at such a high rate. So we'll get into number one, which is targeting. So targeting is very important because of the optimization actually of this one, right? But let me focus on targeting. So you need to target your leads. You don't want to just send connection invites to random people, because your campaigns have to be ironclad. They have to be following a strict order of systems. So your targeting has to be one type of person. So we at Link AI, we target SDRs, we target business owners, we target anybody that wants to generate leads, right? So our system works this way, and we follow it to the T. So we target people that are trying to generate leads. Now, why does that get your acceptance rate higher, right? Well, number one, we're personalizing our messages. We're personalizing it to the people that want to generate leads. So like we use words like lead gen, we use words, that are specific to that space so that it's like relatable, right? And then we also optimize our profile so that when they check us out and see who we are, we have a bunch of value on generating leads. So with this whole thing is like a trifecta of getting higher trust and also getting people to relate to you, right? Make posts and optimize profile for a relatable approach. Now that's super important, guys. That's very, very important. We're also using Sales Navigator to hyper target who we are looking for. So if you guys haven't used Sales Navigator, I'm gonna go ahead right now and get into my LinkedIn account, and I'm gonna open Sales Navigator and show you what I mean. So if you guys haven't used Sales Navigator, it's a LinkedIn tool that they offer for about $100 a month. It's super useful. It's so useful, you guys. Like this is a gold mine for generating leads. Like they're giving you like hyper targeting. You can target these people so well, and you can also just like scrape that list and reach out to them. So like let's wait for this to load for a second, and I'll show you how you can hyper target these people, right? So this is Sales Navigator, right? It's a LinkedIn tool. What you want to do is in the search, you can go to lead filters and filter out who you're looking for based on over here. So what their company is, what their headcount is, what their past company, the company type, who they are, what's their job title, what's their seniority level, right? If they're an owner, if they're a decision maker, basically you can find those. What's their past job? How many years have they been in their current company? So all of this information that people already put on LinkedIn, that LinkedIn helps us out, right? They allow us to find these people and exactly who we're looking for. And not only that, we this is what we love as well, right? So we like people that post on LinkedIn actively. So if I turn this on, that means it's going to filter out anybody who hasn't posted on LinkedIn in the past 30 days. So as you can see, these 22 million people have posted on LinkedIn in the past 30 days. So we want to target these people because we don't want some account that's hasn't, like the guy hasn't logged in fucking years. We want the person that's active on LinkedIn, right? So we want this filter, and this filter is worth the Sales Navigator subscription all in all, let alone all the other ones, right? So basically, this isn't something that's like replicatable. You have to know who you're targeting, who your ICP is, to start here and start filtering out everybody, right? But this is very important to post it on LinkedIn. So I just wanted to show you guys how we're getting such like high acceptance rates, right? So like this is the difference between like a 20% success rate, right? Like if you get a 30% success connection invite rate, so like 30% of the people you're sending invites to actually accept that invite, that will take it up to 50, right? Even if you just don't change your strategy is the same thing, that will take it up to 50, maybe even 60. It might even double it, right? So super important, guys. So I wanted to throw that out there. Why we're using Sales Navigator. Sales Navigator is super important. So all of these are working in harmony, giving you that position of authority, right? So it builds higher trust as you in person, right? And you're making posts. So you got to think about it, guys. You've targeted someone, like look at us, right? So like we've targeted someone that is actively into generating leads, right? Like whatever they do, they're in business, they're in sales, they're in marketing, whatever it is, right? They're actively looking for leads. So they get an invite from me on my account, and on my profile it says I am helping people generate leads. Like, let me show you. I'll give you guys a visual on what my profile looks like. And I'm going to tell you why, like, I say everything and how all of this looks. So, right, I'm saying lead generation with Link AI. I add a little comedy, right? Like to humor people, right? You never want to be too serious. You need to sprinkle in something that makes your personality shine, right? Professional smooth talker, helping you by revealing winning lead gen strategies on LinkedIn. So someone that's actively looking to generate leads, like we have this all thing like everywhere, right? Lead generation, lead gen, steal my B2B lead gen method. So this is a call to action. So like you guys, you need to structure your profile in this exact way. So this is all like a landing page. This is how I look at it. You know what I mean? So I have like 1,000 impressions in the past 7 days, 213 profile views in the past 7 days. Right? People are searching for me. I have a nice profile and I have my posts. Right? So my posts are also about lead generation. This is why we're getting such a high acceptance rate and we're generating a lot of leads. All right, guys, does that make sense? Now, these are some of the results of people that I've reached out to. And to give you, not to spoil or give you a spoiler alert on what we're going to go into next about like live events and lead magnets, but we use live events, right? And I'll explain why once I go into the live events part, right? But this is the example of how personalization, a position of authority, and optimizing your profile, why this works, right? And I'll show you like what these invitations look like. So this guy Gordon, right? Impressed by our shift from PR to sales. It's very personalized. Do you see that? Clearly you're an industry leader, right? I'm complimenting. I'm showing that I actually looked at their profile, right? Happy to connect, Osama. He accepted my invite and said happy to connect. He took the time to go in there and message me back, right? Some people just accept the connection and then they don't do anything, right? This guy actually took the time to say happy to connect. So I responded, awesome, Gordon, I'm glad we can connect. Just curious, are you getting enough leads on LinkedIn or is that something you can use a little help with, right? And he responded, I think I am, yeah, focusing on those who switch jobs. Or so he's naturally trying to, sell himself to me. He's naturally looking for my approval because I've already, like, it's all psychology, you guys. I've already built a position of authority just by sending him a connection invite. He's already stalked my profile. He's already looked at my post. He's probably already looked at my website. Like he's looked at all. He knows everything already, right? It's very obvious. And I'm like, absolutely, Gordon. You've already honed in on your smart approach. Blah 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 blah. Obviously, I've seen them all. And what I do here is I send him a invite to my live event, free workshop, my AI powered live event. And then he says, oh, thanks for the invite. I believe I can make it. I'm going to have to skip a cold calling session early. So, like, you guys, you got to understand, we're already, like, the rapport has been built. I didn't even have to say anything. He's already said, yeah, I got to skip the cold calling session. Like, we're already, like, lead generation buddies. Do you get it? This is how the psychology works. So, there's another example that I put from Will, right? So, this is my invite. This is my invite note. Your IT consultation strategy and vision are inspiring. It's very personalized. I took the time to look at his profile. Can we connect to learn more from your leadership? And you guys, spoiler alert, this is not me. This is my AI agent, right? But the principle still applies. All right. I don't text any of these people. I don't do anything. My AI is working for me. But I've trained it in a way that works off this strategy. So I could have trained my AI to work off a different strategy and the whole thing would collapse on itself. It wouldn't work. But since I've trained my AI on this strategy, it works so well. And I don't have to do anything. That's why I'm giving you guys the strategy first. So if you want to implement the strategy yourself, you can do it, right? You're getting the value for free. And this is information that people pay for, guys, right? This is going to change your lead gen game forever. So look, hey, Will, thanks for connecting. He didn't send anything back, right? So I initiated that conversation. Thanks for connecting. Notice you're doing awesome stuff in IT consulting. It's impressive. But how's your LinkedIn lead generation game been going? Again, this is AI, guys. This isn't me. Not well. Haven't been using it too much. Ah, Will, that's where your game's slipping, mate. And yeah, I sent him that the invite to the event, the LinkedIn Live event that I'm personally hosting. And he said, cool, I just signed up. I noticed I live in, will there be a replay? Whatever. Right? So he already signed up. Do you see how this works, guys? And boom, high trust and value provided plus information collected means he signed up for the event. That's a lead generated, right? So that's one side. Now we're going to go into posting, okay? So posting is super important because it works in harmony with making connections. Don't think for a second, guys, that sending a bunch of invites is a different strategy than posting every day. They work together because whenever you send an invite, people are going to look, who is this person that wants to connect with me? Who is this guy? Let me stalk him for a little. Let me see what he's like. Who is this guy? Like, why does this guy want to follow me? Who is he? Who is he? Who is she? Right? That's why posting works in harmony. You don't necessarily have to gamble on going viral. That's not the game plan here. All right? So posting every day is super important, right? And we're making posts. Again, this goes hand in hand with the sending out invites, optimizations. We're optimizing our profile for a relatable approach. Okay? And I have a 4-step framework on how to post. And this is stolen from big influencers that are using Link AI. And these guys are generating millions of dollars a month from their coaching business and like their sales programs and everything, right? So this 4-step framework here, I'm going to go into it here in a second, but I want you guys to really understand. I want to emphasize it and just kind of like say it again. Like, these posts are very important because they're going to show the person that you're going to connect with who you are. Okay? So what is the 4-step framework? So we'll break it down one by one, right? So we have 3x a week. What do these mean? 3x, 2x a week. How many times you're going to post, right? So you need to break it down by 4 different ways, and each one of those 4 ways, you're going to post that way a specific amount of times a week. Make sense? So 3 times a week, we're going to post value only, no call to actions, right? So I'm pretty sure you guys know that people on social media in general, they're posting about things and they'll say, well, if you like that, join my, DM me this so I could send you a free guide, whatever, right? You don't want to do that many times because you want to post value. This is what's called the top of the funnel post, right? You want to bring these people in. You want to draw them in, and by providing value. So, like, let's say you're in cybersecurity. Your value is going to be, this is how I stopped a person from, getting hacked. Let's say, like, very basic, right? And I did this. This is that. This is that. Follow me if you want more, right? So you're not really like getting a call to action. You're not trying to force anybody to click a button or anything. Maybe you're saying follow me if you want more. Yeah, that could be a call to action, but you're not forcing them to take action, right? So, or something you could say is like drop a comment, right? Drop a comment. What do you like? You can ask your followers a question, right? So 3 times a week, maybe even 4 times a week, you want to drop value post, only value, no call to actions. All right. Now, second, 2 times a week, you want to do personality posts. Now, I know you guys are going to be uncomfortable about this, but it's super important that people know who you are as a person, not as a business, not as as your job title, your position. You need to show your personality because remember, guys, people buy from people they like. They don't buy products they like. They buy from people they like. That's the psychology of that has already been proven. All right? We don't need to talk about it. But you need to talk about yourself. Even if you're a salesperson, like let's say you work for Google, it doesn't matter. Just talk about yourself. Like, listen, like this is the day in my life, right? This is what I did today. Oh yeah, I played pickleball today. Whatever, like it doesn't matter. You guys, you need to put your personality out there. All right? This is how the people that are generating millions of dollars a month in their business or in sales, this is how they're doing it. All right? You're drawing people in. This is a relatable approach. All right, guys? A relatable approach. And you need to optimize it for your ICP, right? Your customer profile. So you need to optimize all of this thing. You don't care about your grandma seeing these posts. These are optimized for your prospects. You need to give value for your prospects, right? It's relatable. If your prospects, you're targeting, you have a cybersecurity product, you're targeting the CTO or something like that. If the CTO is actively looking for cybersecurity solutions, you giving him value would be a relatable approach because he's also looking into cybersecurity solutions. You're looking into cybersecurity solutions, right? Personality post. Let's say the CTO plays pickleball. You never know. And then you just posted a video of yourself playing pickleball. Cool topics, right? Whatever you research about. Hey, I found this cool like AI tool, whatever. These are very important because you need to be relatable. Let's say you have one pickleball post, one steak post, one cigar post, right? Those are 3 different types of people that you're targeting now. One that likes pickleball, one that likes steaks, one that likes cigars. Do you get what I'm saying? No call to action. You're just showing off your personality. Don't push anything. So about every single day of the week, you're going to be posting about, just value with no call to actions. Now we're going to get into call to actions. 1 times a week. Value plus call to action. What does this mean? So I'm gonna switch from the cybersecurity thing. Let's say you are a consultant coach or a sales coach. Let's say, right? Like you help people with their sales techniques. So what you want to do is you would say, for example, this is the best way to go into sales because XYZ. If you are willing to learn more, please click the link below. Right? So you end it off with the call to action. Obviously, like you guys should already know right now, like how post works. Like you hook them, you educate, and then there's a call to action at the end. You guys should already know this if you're in sales. And if you don't, you're welcome. I just told you. So please keep this in mind, guys. A call to action at the end should not be the majority of your posts. You don't want to spam people, right? People in their mind are going to label you as a spam, right? Like a spam artist, right? You've heard of scam artists. Like you don't want to be a spam artist. So you want to minimize call to actions. You want to minimize, oh yeah, DM me for this and I'll send you that. Like you minimize those. You want your profile to be drawing people in 80% of the time. Then you have once a week value plus call to action. Right? So it's not even a full call to action once a week. Now, the 4th one, once every 2 weeks, you need a full call to action video. That's like no value, just like, hey guys, I'm taking on 2 more clients, and we're doing this, that, or like for my purposes, right? Like I do live events. Like, hey guys, my name is Sama. I'm hosting a live event. If you guys are interested in lead generation, the link is below, right? I'll do that every 2 weeks, once. Okay? You want to post that once. Again, all leading to this. High trust, value provided, plus information collected, that's lead generated. All right, guys. So let's get into how you're going to collect that information, right? And we're going to do what's called lead magnets and live events. I specifically love live events, and I'll tell you why. And why lead magnets, right? So like, this is the way that we kind of like theorize this. Is most people try to get a one-on-one meeting booked, right? And like usually how this works is whenever people want to generate leads, they connect with someone and they try to get them on a meeting. But let's be honest, guys, this is the internet. Who's meeting up on Zoom with a stranger from the internet? Like, come on, you get what I'm saying? That's why it doesn't work, because there's so much, fluff in the world right now. No one's gonna get on a live, like a one-on-one Zoom meeting or a Skype meeting or a call, whatever it is, No one's gonna do that with a stranger, especially one they've met on the internet. like even if you've met someone on the street and said, hey, yeah, let's schedule a Zoom meeting, even that's a low chance of getting them on. But on the internet, you've met them. Now, obviously, if you have these posts and you have everything set up over here in the four-step framework, that will raise your chances, sure. But we're not going off these like low ball chances. We want high chances, guys. All right? So this is the way that, like in theory, you need live events and you need to frame it as a way of meeting people. I'll say that again. You want to host live events, probably like 2 times a month, right? Once every 2 weeks. Host live events and frame it whenever you're inviting someone that you met on the internet, frame it as like, hey, I'd love to meet you at my live event, right? So it's super effective, guys, and it's just a casual way to meet someone over the internet, and there's no pressure for the person to like get on this meeting, like, because if you ask for a meeting, a Zoom call, like they know you're trying to sell them something. But if you just offer them like, hey, I'm providing value to 100 different people, you can just join them. Number one, there's FOMO. Number two, it takes so much pressure off them. The sales resistance, it takes it off. Like there's none of that, right? They're very happy to go on your meeting, right? Your live event is a Zoom call meeting with a bunch of people, aka scalable. Right? You're no longer having to get on one-on-one meetings every single day. Like, oh, I have this meeting, I have that meeting, I have this, like back-to-back Zoom calls. You just invite all of these people to your live event. And once they join, you just sell all of them. It's so simple, guys. It's scalable. There's FOMO. There's no pressure. And it's a casual way to meet someone, right? Like you just do a Q&A at the end. And say, oh yeah, James, man, so glad to finally meet you, man. Yo, bro, like that's what's up. So this is super important, guys. I highly recommend live events. Now, if you don't want to do live events and you want to have other campaigns, you can do lead magnets, right? Lead magnets are also really good. And if you guys don't know what a lead magnet is, that's basically just a pre-recorded webinar where people give you their email and then you get to show them your pre-recorded webinar or something like that. Right? So it's a way for you to just get their information by giving them value. Now remember, guys, you don't want to how should I say this? You want to attach value to your name. You don't want to sit there and start pushing things on people without giving them value first, right? And it's all about like reputation, because you want to start off on a good foot. Giving value and attaching your name behind it, you're a position of authority, right? At that point. And people trust you way more down the road. All right? So, you guys, I'll be sending this link so that you can come view this yourself. I'll send that to everybody that signed up. I want you guys to go over this again and again and try this framework yourself. Now, this whole thing can be done manually. This is the fun part, you guys. I'm going to show you how you can automate the whole thing with AI. All right? So stay tuned for that, guys. And I swear to God, this is the best part about this whole thing, is that you can automate the whole strategy where you don't even do anything. All right? So the tool that we use is Link AI. Now, yes, we are from Link AI. This tool can do everything that I just mentioned. And this is a data-backed strategy that we've actually found and tested ourselves. And I'm going to show you the results of my personal campaigns. All right? So if you go to app.link.ai.com, you'll get taken to the platform, and just wait for this to load. The platform will pop up and I'm already logged in, so I'll show you guys my account and all my results with it, right? So basically all of these messages that I have over here, these are all from AI, right? This is all AI. All of these conversations are AI. And we do that with Link AI. So just give it a second to load and we're going to go right into it. So this whole strategy works 100% of the time, you guys. it's kind of crazy how well it works, right? So this is the platform. Whenever you log in, you'll see everything over here. This is the dashboard. Now, how we are doing this is with our campaigns. So inside of your campaigns, we have an option for you to start a new campaign. If you don't have any, you'll see them here. My campaign right now, webinar invites, I started this one 3 days ago for my new live webinar, which I'm hosting in about 3 weeks. So just give it a second. So we have currently a 49% connection invite rate and 10 qualified leads already from that and 5 conversions. Now, conversions, I'm marking them manually because LinkedIn doesn't have a way of like automating who's joining or who's attending your live events. But the qualified leads is automated, so I know that 10 people are interested in joining my live event, right? Now, that doesn't mean that there's not more qualified people, right? Because some people just join the event and I have to go and mark them as converted manually, right? That's pretty much the only work that I do, and it's just for my purposes to track everything, right? But so this campaign is just an outreach campaign, right? So we have our AI agents right here, which I'll show you in a second. But the way that this works is you just go on your settings and you choose which AI agent you want to use, and you choose how many connections you want to send per day. The max is 25 because of LinkedIn's limitations, and you choose if you want to follow up after someone doesn't reply, right? So I have it following up 1 week after they don't reply and 3 times until it stops. So it's a 3-week campaign, and I'm doing it 7 days after a no reply, 3 times till it stops. So does that make sense, guys? Basically, I train my AI to reach out to these people consistently. All right. So it's actively sending 25 invites every single day, and as you can see right now, it is 9:04. My next invite will be sent at 9:53 p.m. All right. So let's go into our AI agents, right? So I have this webinar agent. I'm going to go ahead and create a new agent. I'm just going to say new, and then I'm going to click next. All right. So first off, like what this is, you're training your AI conversational agent. And how you do that is you train it by writing a connection intro prompt, right? So you write a prompt on what you want it to say and the style that you want it to do when it's sending a connection invite, and then the conversational prompt, which is, like the same prompt that is going to be handled within the conversations, right? And then you have your actions right over here. So if I click add action, just give it a second. So basically you just describe a scenario and you choose what you want to do with the conversation whenever that happens. So there's a bunch of different options that you can have. But so I'm going to go into my other AI agent and show you how I'm setting up my AI agent campaign. So my connection intro is just compliment them with a frame of authority and leadership with a short message. Be as casual as possible. And, I have my full prompt over here. And then my actions, right? So my action says if the lead says they are interested in the event, I mark them as qualified and I respond with a specific prompt, which is inviting them to the live event, right? So I can also send an email to that person, and I'll show you how we're collecting the emails. The AI automatically connects their emails. What we can also do is notify yourself via email, so you yourself can get a notification and you can type in whatever you want, right? So you can say lead qualified or something like that, right? Or you can mark them as converted, or you can turn the AI off completely for that lead. And finally, you can send a webhook to your CRM. So like if you guys are using a high-level CRM or Salesforce, whatever it is, you can send that API webhook. I'm not going to go into like how that works, but if you do know, you know, right? And then what you can do is right here, which is pretty fun, you can test this out and see how your AI agent is working. So what I'm going to do right now, for example, I'm going to test it out on someone random, such as this person right here. So I'm going to grab his LinkedIn URL. I'm going to paste it in here, and we're going to start a new test. So this is the live simulation of how it would happen, right? So it's looking at this person's profile, and it's going to craft this invitation message, right? So it says, hi, Justin, your entrepreneurial journey is not only fascinating, but also inspiring. Your knack for seeding successful startups is admirable. I'm captivated, blah, 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 right? This is coming from all the information that's on this person's profile, right? Running a private network, 800 plus entrepreneurs. So it's super personalized. So if I sent a message using Link AI to this person, that would be his invitation message, right? And I can go back and forth to say, hey, thanks. Let's say I wrote that, send that, and the AI will continue this conversation and do exactly as the prompt is. Obviously, like, this is for testing purposes. You're the one that's supposed to train the AI. No problem, Justin. I've been admiring, blah, 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 blah. By the way, been at this lead gen stuff. What's your biggest challenge? I have no leads, right? Now, you guys could imagine like what someone might say, and you guys can kind of put it together on how you guys can train this AI agent, right? I'm going to show you, right? Now he's inviting me to the event. So I'll say, yeah, I am interested, right? The guy's saying that he's interested, and watch what happens. The trigger is detected. So this action is detected because when this happens, the lead says they're interested in the event. So if this was a real life conversation, at this point, this person would be marked as qualified and the AI would respond in a specific prompt. All right. And now you can automate anything else too. All right. So that's how we're doing it. It's super simple, guys. It's really not hard at all. Right. And that's how we do that. You see that? My webinar invites campaign uses the webinar agent AI agent. Okay. Now, posting is also another thing that we do. All right. So we have value no CTA. So I have my automations running. I've already posted 75 posts, right? And I configured this probably about once every 2 weeks, right? Every time I run a new live event. So I'm configuring it now. So like as you can see, we have value no CTA. So if I wanted to use another post or another automation, I would click on new automated post, right? Automation test, for example, right? And how this works is you just type in a prompt, generate a post about LinkedIn, test this prompt, and as you can see right here, we have the text that it generates. Now, how this works is you decide how many times you want to post every 3 days, and you can start it on a certain date, or you can turn it on immediately. But if you click add prompt idea, you have your ideas here, right? So one also thing that you can do is you can attach files to that particular idea, right? So I'm just going to add this random image. So right here we have this image attached to this idea. So you can add as many ideas as you want, right? Generate, right? And if I have 2 ideas, every 3 days, the AI is going to pick a random idea to post about. So you see how that works? It's very simple to set up, guys. It's super easy. All right? And then we have our lead magnets. And basically in a campaign, to show you this, right? So each campaign has its way of working with leads. So one thing we have is the AI lead search engine that you can use. We don't like to recommend this because right now, currently in the state it is, it only targets job title and location. Soon enough, we're gonna be having a sales navigator AI lead search engine that actually targets specific people. But for right now, if your search is really broad, like business owners in Dallas, right? If I wrote that in Dallas, basically you could do that, and then you could also target off a URL list if you scraped leads and you have a bunch of URLs that you want to target and you want your AI to reach out to on a daily basis. You can just paste that in over here. Or you can use the search engine right here. I'm going to show you how you can use the Chrome extension to actually just scrape these leads from LinkedIn, right? Which is much more effective. So like what's going to happen right now, it's going to load. and then it's going to show us some samples of business owners in Dallas, just to make sure that the AI interpreted your prompt correctly. And then once that pops up, we're going to see some samples on who these people are, and we're going to be able to visit their profile and whatnot. But so, like, for instance, if I go over here back to Sales Navigator, while that's loading, and I open the Link AI Chrome extension, which actually just comes free with every account. So we're going to let this load. And basically, we're going to be able to scrape all of these people over here. All right, guys? So it's a little slow because I'm recording right now. But once this loads up, I'm going to show you how you can scrape all of these people with a click of a button and just add it to your campaign, right? So while that's loading, like as you can see over here, we have 40,377 leads found of people in Dallas that are owners, right? So we have owner, Dallas, owner in Dallas, right? And we can visit these people's profile and see who they are on LinkedIn, right? So that guy Jeff Dawson, that's him right there. We can see his profile. And if we go back here, we have the Chrome extension loaded up. And what we can do is use our lead scraping tools and scrape leads from a search. We just need to make sure that we're on a search page just like this. There's examples that we've provided over here. So you can do it on a classic search or on a Sales Navigator search if you have a Sales Navigator subscription, which you have to use it. And you can just choose your campaign, so like new test, and then you can click that button, right? And that would automatically add all of these people, all of these 22 million people to your campaign in a click of a button. All right, so we like to use that method, as well as some methods that is effective is if you scrape leads from a post. So scraping leads from a post can be super effective as well, because, for example, Rosanna D over here, I help B2B companies book meeting with their prospects. That's someone that might have a bunch of followers that I can target, right? So all these 14 people, I'm assuming that they are looking for B2B leads, right? I help B2B companies book meeting with prospects. So I'll be assuming that these people that liked her post are going to be in my target audience, right? So I can scrape leads from a post right here. I can go to a lead scraping tool, scrape leads from a post. All I would have to do is copy the link to this post and paste it in here and find this post, right? And as you can see, Rosanna D, we can add comments from post to campaign or add reactions from post to campaign, right? So if I click that, I would just have to choose my campaign and the intro variable prompt, which is basically something where you could say, like, mention that you saw they reacted to Rosanna D's post, right? For example. Or you can type something else, like mention you noticed they want to generate leads. Now this will be added to your AI agent's intro prompt over here. This will be added to it. So it's not going to replace it completely. It's just an addition. So you can scrape people from multiple posts and say, I noticed you commented on Rosanna's post. I noticed you commented on Zoltan's post, right? So you can do that. Okay, so you can scrape leads from posts and you can scrape leads from search, right? One other thing that you can do is you can use AI to comment on a post. So I'll do that right here in front of you. I'll copy the link to this post. I'll put it right here, find the post, and then AI is just going to write up a comment for us, which I'm going to do right here in front of you because I think Rosanna has a nice audience that I could target. Great insights, Rosanna, the preference, email highlights, whatever, right? And I can just edit it how I want. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to add that comment. So as I click this, I'm going to go here and go to my comments, or go to the comments over here, and let's see. Here, I'll go and refresh it to the post itself, right? Let's go to the post itself and we'll see that my comment is right there, right? So super helpful if you just want to go on LinkedIn and scroll down and start commenting on a bunch of people's posts. So it's very important you do that because you need to stay active, you guys. You need to stay active on LinkedIn. All right. So live events, I'm not going to go into how to set up a live event. It's very simple on LinkedIn. You just go to events right here, and you can see my event here in a second. Once this loads, you'll see my event, and you could just start a new event, right? It's super simple, guys. I'm not going to go into that right now, but essentially, all of this whole framework can be automated with AI. And now we generate 300 plus leads per account using this method, you guys. It's super effective. Very, very highly effective. All right? So I want you guys, I'm sending, like the automation is gonna send a message to your email, the one that you sign up with. And if you guys are still watching, congratulations, because you've just took in all the information that took us like 2 years to gather. And this comes from 500 plus users on LinkedIn, generating leads on Link AI actually. And we've analyzed these campaigns like one by one, and we've put together this, and we wanted to give it out to you guys for free. And what we want to do for you guys as a thank you for sticking around this long and seeing all this whole strategy that we've actually, took a while to put together. And you guys are also interested in generating leads with AI. We're offering at full build out offer where we actually set up this whole thing for you. Because if you're thinking, yeah, like this is a lot of work setting all this up, we're actually offering at Link AI to build your whole account for you. And what this whole build out offer includes is your custom AI outreach agent for your account, which sends 25 hyper personalized connection invites per day. It handles full conversations and CRM updates, notifies you when a lead is qualified, or notifies you whenever you want a specific action, or you want to be notified when a specific scenario happens. And this also, you guys remember, this grows your brand and followers daily. So if you leave this AI on and you don't touch it a single time for like a year, you're going to come back to LinkedIn with, 1,000, over 1,000, 2,000 followers, right? So we value that at $9.99. That's a $9.99 value, you guys. And we're also going to build out your AI post automations, right? So that four-step framework, we're going to build it for you based on your account, based on what you're selling, what you're offering, what your job title is, who your target audience is. We're going to build that post automation for you so that you can become an authority figure on LinkedIn without ever manually posting, right? You can build trust and reputation with new connections and old connections, right? And of course, this is a way for you to grow your brand organically. I'm going to say this again. People spend all day doing this. You're growing your account organically. This is your gamble to going viral. Because if you go viral, say the broke days goodbye, because you're going to be generating 100 leads a day. All right, guys? Very, very scalable. Also, what we're offering is a 3 months Link AI subscription for free. All right, so you get 3 months off. In the first 3 months, you get it for free, and we guarantee 100 leads that you generate in those 3 months, or we'll give you the money back. 3 months without spending a penny on any subscriptions, and 3 months of using the Chrome extension to comment on posts, to make sure that you're scraping all those leads. So $200 a month, that's valued at $600. And also, for you guys that don't have Sales Navigator, we're actually offering in this whole offer to scrape 1,000 leads from Sales Navigator, hyper targeted to who your target audience is, right? So we'll personally go on with our Sales Navigator subscription, and we'll work with you to see who your target audience is, and we'll scrape 1,000 leads and import them to your account. All right, guys? So this is super valuable if you don't have Sales Navigator. And if you do, no worries. We'll help you out with filtering these leads and the parameters and everything. All right? So that's a $4.99 value at 50 cents a lead. So we will personally use our Sales Navigator subscription and import 1,000 leads in your account so that your AI outreach agent can start reaching out to. So this is a completely done for you implementation, guys. It's a $2,600 value that we're offering today only for $499. So again, all of this, your AI outreach agent, your post automations, 3 months free, and 1,000 sales navigator leads, you're gonna get that for $499 today. So if you guys are interested, down below there should be a button that says get offer now, and just click that. You'll be able to apply. You'll just put in some information, and once the payment is handled, you'll get an email from us, and we'll set up a meeting, and we'll basically get all of this set up. You'll just tell us like what you are, like what job title, owner, coach, salesperson, whatever it is. You'll tell us all this information, and then we'll set this all up for you in a matter of a couple of days. All right? So, and if you guys want to try out, if you guys aren't certain yet, you want to try it out on a free trial, down below there's also a button to try Link AI for free where you can set up an account. It's a 7-day free trial. No commitment at all. It's totally free, guys. And you can try it out. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to link a button below. If you guys want to contact us, if you have any questions, if you have, let's say you're a manager or someone, if you have a bunch of people under you that you want to implement this strategy for, you want multiple accounts, just contact us. We'll get back to you ASAP, and we'll answer all your questions and your concerns. But that is our strategy, you guys. I hope you've gained some value from it, and congrats to you for staying here for so long, because this is a lot of information. I hope you guys took it all in. And we'll be sending out the link to this framework to all the emails that signed up, so be on the lookout for that. And we'll also be sending you guys more strategies to come. So open our emails, all right, guys? Open our emails because we're giving out value, all right? So I hope you guys really resonated with this. And if you guys were struggling on LinkedIn, I guarantee you this strategy works. We use it personally at Link AI. We have people that are LinkedIn influencers with over 10,000 followers. They're generating millions a month. They're using this exact strategy. So yeah, I really hope that you guys liked what I taught today. I hope you guys liked the value and the strategy. But yeah, that's all for this video. Again, guys, if you guys are interested in having us build this whole thing for you for only $499, just click the button below. If you want to try a free trial, click the free trial button below. And if you want to contact us, just click the contact us button below. But that's it for this one, guys. I'll see you on the next one.